Hey, what's up, gamers? Cheetah here, bringing you a quick and easy achievement walkthrough for Prison Loop. This game is published by Sometimes You, and it's developed by Leakage Games. You can pick it up right now on Xbox One and Xbox Series X for a price of $4.99. To get the full completion, it'll only take you around 10 minutes or so. We just have to finish 9 loops and die once. So this is another one of those loop games where you have to spot the anomalies. You can open doors with A, and you can sprint with LT. Keep in mind the game and the anomalies are random each playthrough, so my game is going to look a little bit different than yours, but I'm going to do my best to give you some tips. So loop 0 here is always the same, it never changes or has anomalies. It's basically just there to teach you how the game looks normally, so you can take a look at it if you want to. And then first off here, you always want to check the ceiling, count the cameras, there should always be 3, and make sure the black tiles there between the lights are not missing. On the right side, make sure the yellow line is there, and then in the middle of the floor there on the loop number, make sure that there are no cockroaches. You can also check the keypads on the door, make sure that they don't say don't, and then once you kind of check all of that, you can start with the cells here. So there should always be 2 beds, 2 vents, a toilet, and a sink. In my case here, you'll see in the second cell, there was actually 3 beds, so that is the anomaly for me here. So if there were only 1 bed or 3 beds, that's obviously an anomaly. So next up, as you're heading along here, you want to check out the inmates. There should always be 4 of them. You want to make sure that they're not holding any weapons. That guy there sometimes holds a knife. And then check the cells. This second to last cell on the left side here, sometimes the vent on the top right is missing, so always check the vents. This guy here, sometimes he's giant, sometimes his toilet is giant, or sometimes the toilet paper is giant as well. This inmate, the first one on the left, sometimes holds a pipe. So just kind of be aware of your surroundings, check everything. Again, in my case, the anomaly was the 3 beds there. So if you have an anomaly, then you head backwards. If you don't have an anomaly, then you head forwards. If you miss an anomaly, then you'll get sent back to loop 0. Sometimes you'll get blessed with a really obvious anomaly, like one of the cells being completely bricked off, like this here, or sometimes the door will be missing, or all of them will be opening and closing, and sometimes even the power will go out. So again, with each of the loops here, you always want to check the ceiling, make sure there's only 3 cameras, make sure that the black ceiling tiles are there, make sure both yellow lines are there, make sure on the loop number that there are no cockroaches on the floor, check the keypad, and then again, start checking the cells. Make sure there's only 2 beds, 2 vents, 1 table, and 1 toilet. Make sure that inmate there is not holding a weapon. And then at the end here, sometimes the table can be missing, or in the second to last cell, sometimes the top right vent is missing, so just check the vents. Check this inmate here, you'll get an obvious one. Sometimes he'll be giant, sometimes the toilet paper is giant, or the toilet itself. And then in my case here, this inmate on the left, the first one there, was holding a pipe. Make sure you're always counting the inmates. There should be 4. Sometimes there's a creepy noise at the end of the hallway, like towards the door, so it kind of helps if you have your volume on. There's also an achievement for dying. You can only die in 3 ways. One by the flames there, you can burn. There's another one with a bunch of C4 explosives. You'll hear and see them beeping all over the hallway. And then there's another pretty funny one with an inmate that runs down the hallway at you with a knife. If you encounter any of those, then you can just turn around and avoid it unless you're going for the achievement for dying. I recommend doing the death achievement last after you finish all 9 of the loops. So personally for me, if I ever failed, it would usually always be because I missed a camera or event because I wasn't paying enough attention, or if you don't have your volume turned up, you could maybe miss the creepy noise at the end of the hallway on the other side of the door there. But in my case here, there actually wasn't an anomaly in this loop, so you'll actually see me go forward this time. Again, if there's no anomalies, you go forward. If you spot one, then you go backwards. Also, I'm pretty sure loop 9 will always lead you to the exit and there's never any anomalies on that loop, so you can basically just head through the door. You really only have to worry about loops 1 through 8 since 0 and 9 don't actually have any anomalies. You can always see which loop you're on by looking at the number on the floor. You'll see here I got blessed with the power outage anomaly, so again you'll see me head back to the next loop here. So I'll try to go over things one more time here since there's a lot to remember. Always check the cameras, the black tiles on the ceilings, the yellow line, the cockroaches on the floor there, the keypads, check the cells and make sure there's 2 beds, 2 vents, a toilet, and a table. Count the inmates, make sure that there's 4. make sure they're not holding anything or doing anything differently. Check that guy there, make sure he's not holding a knife. In the second to last cell, check the vent there at the top right, make sure that it's not missing. Make sure the toilet in this guy's cell here is not oversized, or the toilet paper. Make sure that inmate there isn't holding a weapon. And then again, in my case here, this loop was free from anomalies, so I'm going to go forward. You'll see here on loop 8, I got blessed with a super easy anomaly. The cell door was just completely missing there. Hopefully you'll get blessed with some easy ones as well. But once you get to loop 8, I highly recommend just taking a few extra seconds to really examine your surroundings. Don't mess up on loop 8 because that is basically the last one. Once you get to loop 9 here, there shouldn't be any anomalies, and you can just head straight through the door here, and then through the second one, head into the light, and then that's going to unlock the achievement for finishing all 9 of the loops. And then if you haven't already died, your final achievement should be for dying. Again, there's 3 ways to die. You can die in the flames, to the C4, or in my case here, you can die to the inmate running down the hallway at you with a knife. So just replay through the loops until you get one of the death ones, and then once you die, that'll unlock the final achievement. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Leave a like on the video if the guide was helpful. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you next time. Also, huge shout out to all my awesome Patreon and YouTube members. Special thanks to those in tiers 3 and 2, including Eagle069, Jax Jags, and Rockmono44.